Hello, already got us here. I hope you all are doing well today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in this message. I've been trying to make this message all day. This is how I know that this message is needing, to get out and need to be pushed out. So the message for today is you went from survival to survivor. And, this is going to be putting you into uncharted territories. And the reason why I believe that this message is, speaking of, survival and survivor is because there's someone who have went through many obstacles and circumstances and tests. Not only did you have to go through your own obstacles, circumstances, and tests, you had to also go through others as well. Because at the time you didn't know about setting your boundaries when it came to energy, when it came to people, when it came to places and things. So not only were you trying to adapt to what was going on with your life, you had confliction when it came to others as well. And the term survival means to adapt, to an environment. No matter what is going on, no matter what is going on in this environment, you're able to adapt to it. And this is why I believe that what I'm getting from this message is, no matter what you had to go through, you adapt to it. No matter what was thrown in your way, and I literally mean that. That may sound very, common phrase that we hear, but there were literally things that were thrown at you, intentionally, and you were even able to adapt in those areas as well. And this is why this is why this message is coming off speaking of survival, and it's speaking of that adaptation that you had to learn. And I don't even think you had to learn it. This is just within you. This is just something that is natural for you, that you are an adapter. You know how to adapt no matter the obstacle, no matter the circumstance, no matter where you are. Even when it comes to social groups, even when it comes to going to different states or anywhere else, you know how to adapt. And, you chose to continue to exist even in these circumstances. You chose to continue to go, and that's the definition of survival. Adapting, continuing to exist, continue to to thrive even in the most chaotic times. This also speaks on there may have been others that were put through the same test, right? But you were able to continue to adapt and grow out of it. You were able to complete your test. And this isn't anything against anyone who wasn't able to. This isn't against anyone who is on this journey and is learning how to adapt. We're all here on individual journeys. We're all here, learning and experiencing and growing. And we are allowed that, and we're given grace. This is not me coming for anyone. This is just me speaking for someone who is needing to hear, this truth, who is needing to hear, just something about who you are and where you're going also. And this also speaks of how divine you are. Not that anyone else isn't divine, because we all are divine. We're just all here on different levels. Okay? We're all reaching new levels. We're all here on different levels, all of that. But for someone, I'm speaking to you who has passed the test, and this is why you came out of survival, where you were surviving. You knew how to survive through that, and you passed those tests. And so you came out of survival to a survivor. And what this was able to do for you, what this was able to do for you is you're no longer in this, surviving energy where you just having to survive. You're able to continue after. See, survival is when you have to exist in it. Survivor is when you're able to accomplish it and you're able to still live, still exist afterwards. You're able to still stand after the fact. You're able to still stand after that accident, after that illness, after those obstacles, after those circumstances, after those attacks, after those crafts. You're able to still stand. And so the beauty of this, it was all a part of the divine plan. And the beauty of this, of where you are, because you've learned so much, even see, you still chose to evolve. You still chose to grow. You still chose to hear what the divine was guiding you, where you still chose to hear what the divine was saying to you, and learn and grow and pay attention to the signs of where the divine was trying to take you inwardly and outwardly. And so since you was able to do that, and also not only that, you were able to, learn love, to love yourself, and, to learn the unconditional love of the divine. This is something that you're going to be using because you have become the survivor. This is something that you're going to be able to embrace and help those who maybe didn't complete getting to the next level, becoming a survivor. They may be still adapting or maybe learning how to adapt. But because of who you are, because you was able to embrace that, because you was able to evolve and stand the test and adapt when you was needing to, and pass that test when you was needing to, you became the survivor. So you're going to be helping those who wasn't able to get up, to move forward. You're going to be embracing who you are, what you've learned, what you've grown through, your story, your truths. You're going to be expressing this in a powerful, pure, abundant way. And this is in many areas. This isn't just in art, music, poetry, anything physical, anything spiritual. This isn't even in this is even when it comes to, and this is where I was speaking of that uncharted territory. This is even like in the medical fields, in the police departments, in the, what else I was getting different, I was getting different places. This isn't just in these, in this creative. You're going to be creating, even, let's say, let's say you're into, you are into the medical, you are into, the police department, you are into these areas where, you're not able to be so creative. You don't think about being creative, or you don't think about using what's within to navigate. But with this uncharted territory, remember I was speaking about messages before, how, the systems of things, the foundations are things, they're being balanced, they're being just. And that's what's going on right now. It has to be balanced. So in a place full of logical things, you're going to come through with your intuition. So in a place where logical things are not being able to get solved, you're able to come in with your intuition and be able to solve it. Because why? Because you got this intuition. You got this creativity. You got this intuition. You got this divine wisdom that's going to help you to be able to solve these problems, solve these solutions, where it's not normally, praised or, looked at as, divine, or looked at as worth ethic. You get what I'm saying? This is what's going to be coming balanced. So let's say you in a medical field and you tapped into that divine sensuality on this journey. You're going to be able to, because you was able to tap into that divine sensuality within this journey, you have something that, what hasn't been for so long. You got something it's going to look supernatural, but really it's just super divine. You'll be able to pay attention to people with certain ailments, with certain, diseases, with certain stuff, with certain things that they got going on. You're going to look like a supernatural person, but really you just super divine, because you were super tapped in the time that you was able to be tapped in. You was able to tap into that divine sensuality, how great you are, or how powerful you are. And this is where that balance going to come in, where the system have just been doing something for so long. It's going to become balanced with who you really and truly are. You're going to be embracing that authenticity, who we've always been. But instead of us being against it, we're able to, be together, balance it. We be able to, balance this, balance it out. And this is where the uncharted territory is coming from, because it's not normal there. It's not normal there. You're in a, you got this heart. You got this heart. You letting the heart guide you. Normally they may turn someone around at the door because of this certain, and I'm sure this still goes on. I know people still, have a heart and won't turn certain people around. But in this case, in certain cases, who you are, normally they'll turn the people around at the door. No, but because you have been guided by your heart, because you have activated their heart even more, it's not no more turning people around at the door when they got certain things going on in their life or certain. No, it's you tapped into that. You're gonna let the heart guide you. You surrender. You're setting the intention, and you're gonna let the heart guide you when it comes to your work now. When it comes to working, not even working, when it comes to being who you are with whatever you do. I really hope that this is resonating. Forgive me if it sounds like I'm everywhere. But that's a message. That's how it's been the entire time that I've been trying to, get this message out. It's done. I've tried multiple times, but I finally got it out. So I really hope that that's, resonating for someone. Everything is, you're a survivor. You came out of that. You're no longer surviving. You're a survivor. And you're going to be embracing all that you've been through in a beautiful, unique, extraordinary way. So I really hope that this message resonated. Sending you so much love and light. May you get it through the wind. Thank you.